All right, guys, I thought I'd show you a little bit of what you get into doing mobile diagnostics sometimes. This is a Chevy Cruze. It's got the pretty blue package, as you see here. I'm not sure exactly what all's going on. It's supposed to be a no start situation. And well, first of all, I get in here. I do have my top down getting started. Figure I'll break that out here. It looks like it might rain soon, so I'm just going to see if this thing will start a scan. VIN scan, I don't think it's going to smart scan this thing. Auto scan, let's try this. I do have the key in the run position, and we have absolutely nothing on the dash. Nothing's going on here. So we're going to see by chance if the top down will get going here. The dashboard may be dead, but the vehicle may be alive. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do want to show you on my initial visual inspection. Always get out and do a visual inspection, guys. This is for the clutch. We got a stick shift here, and the clutch pedal position sensor is not plugged in. So this harness is in rough shape, and I think this switch looks just like, let me see if I can angle up. I might be able to show you. This switch looks just like a brake pedal position switch that you'd have on, say, any other cars. I mean, maybe it's actually, I can't see, but I'm going to angle the camera up. Maybe you guys will see. It's a brake pedal position, just like, say, on a 2010 Malibu or something like that. It's the same exact thing. I just worked on one of those this morning. So I'm just seeing what works and what doesn't. We do have the power seat operation. No dash whatsoever. And unfortunately, I think my generator is going to run out of juice here. I don't know. I'm kind of in the back 40 of the lot, if you know what I mean. So right now, I think the big thing I gotta be looking for is major powers and grounds. You know, like something pretty big going on here. We got a lot of crustiness happening. A lot of I don't know, speaker wires. Definitely a lot of pretty blue on this thing. So I haven't even tried to crank it, but I know it's not going to crank. And I'm not even worried about checking if it'll crank until we have our situation going on with our check engine light, and we can see all the fuse tops have been popped. So always grab these bolts. Oh, check this out. Look at this. Haha. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but that, my friends, is loose. So I'm going to start by tightening these up and then see what happens. All right, I went into the car, grabbed my ratchet. Tip for you guys working on anything with the stick shift, make sure the thing's in neutral. I had a stick shift HHR, a rare bird. The thing almost ran me over one time. It was terrible. So we're going to go ahead here. Oh, this one's loose too. Check this out. So as I go ahead and tighten this thing up, this is going to be expensive. That's all I can tell you. When this thing's been worked over so well by other people, go ahead and see if this one will tighten up. That's just a school of hard knocks. Why, check those. I'm sure those of you working on these GMs, you've had these bolts loosen up before and cause all kinds of stuff. So we're going to go back and see if we can get anything to turn on. No point of testing this stuff. Oh, I just heard clickety clack. I heard everything just kind of got to something going on here. I hear the dinger inside the car too. Okay, let's go back. Hey, we got a dash. We got some lights going on. This is good. Now, let's see if we've got communication. I'm gonna go ahead and let's hit the skip. Actually, okay, I wanna go back. Let's start our auto scan again. Guys, you get into vehicles like this, we have absolutely no idea what's going on. I hear this thing beeping, that's good. We do have a check engine light, stability light, skid light, ABS, power steering, open and close the driver's window. That'd probably be good, right? We're on to something, I can promise you that. Now, I really don't know what else might be going on here. There's so much happening here. My generator is working really hard to try and keep this thing pumped up, man. So this battery is probably smokingly dead. Is that a word? Smokingly. Well, I'm just going to roll with it. So I bet you somebody didn't know what they're doing. Why they had this up? Am I just going backwards and, you know, putting back the car the way it's supposed to be? Looking at that rack, that looks nasty down there. I don't like these little turbo motors. They're not that great. That's a fact. So let's go see if we've got our, it looks like we're still not getting it. Hold on, let's go back here, auto scan, try this again. This thing really should pick up the VIN, I thought. But we can always type it in manually if we have to. I don't think that should be the case. I don't even know what year this thing is. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 E. Should be a 14, 12 or 13. Yep, 14. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this. Let's see if we can we automatically, or go to American, we'll go to Chevrolet, okay. And let's just see if we can get anything out of this thing as far as some data, because we don't know what's talking or what's not. We're gonna go to automatically search. Maybe it'll try better this time. Maybe we'll have a better result. Guys, I'm exhausted. I've been running hard. I'm saying try better. Can't speak right here. I'm going to go ahead and enter the VIN. I'll catch up with you. Manually entering the VIN in here because it's not reading it. Probably because something's not communicating. Let's go smart scan. I like to be smart. I think the engine's going to come up not communicating, non-responsive. Just so you see up here, it says not equipped. I'm pretty sure this thing has an engine control module. So as that's doing its scan, I'm going to head over here, and I'm really hoping we can dodge some raindrops. It looks like it's going to be coming down, unfortunately. I knew this would happen. I'm starting to get concerned with my PCM fuses, so I'm going to take a look at this and see if I can find something. I'll show you what I get. Now, I don't know how many of you guys see these cheap aftermarket fuses like this one here. You can see the color is different. It's a 15 amp fuse. This is fuse number 2 for the engine control module, and I can't get a good connection on it. I don't know if we have juice or not, because these cheap fuses, the little terminal things are so small you can't get in there. So I'm going to yank that thing out, and we're going to go ahead and just see what we have on either side of this fuse, because I don't know what we have. Man, my pliers won't even get here. These cars are something else. So the fuse appears to be good by visually looking at it. I don't see anything going on there. And I don't think I can even get my meter down in here to test. But I'm going to find another fuse from somewhere else. This thing probably has some spares or something somewhere. We got any spares listed? Not used. I'm going to grab something that's not so important, like way over here. I bet you we have one that's not important, like a 66. What's 66 do? Front rear washer or something like that. We don't need that one. We're going to grab fuse 66, and we're going to stick that in our hole here. Oh, I heard clickety-clack. That's good. I like clickety-clack. That's always good sounds. And guys, I am going to be trying to beat a storm out here. So I do have 13.5 there, and I've got 13.5 on that side. So I was just, that was like the second fuse I checked. I don't know if you guys can see in camera, but this fuse looks like it got hot and melted or something. I don't know what's going on there. I'm just checking to make sure we got 13.5. 13.5. Sometimes when you get these situations with these vehicles, you gotta check all the fuses, and then you gotta go back and check all the fuses, or all the spots that might have fuses. Like this number 7, what's number 7? 7 is not used, that's good to know. So I'm just gonna buzz down these real quick. I'm trying to hold the camera so you guys can see what I do. This is just how I do it, one at a time. It'd be just a little bit quicker if I hit the range button on my meter so it didn't have to auto range, but we'll be okay. We're just gonna hit all these things and see if we can find anything. And also I do want to go back and in the vehicle after I get done with this one little row. See what else we got going on here. I'm just poking around one at a time. Those ones don't have anything. Let me see if anything changed on our status scan here. So we got, okay, so check this out. Basically our whole powertrain network, which is going to be, this is going to be on a CAN bus. This is where the top down can be a little bit misleading. It's more important for us to take a look at different modules. But it looks like our CAN bus, our high-speed CAN is probably down. EBCM, we got a lot of stuff going on here. I think it might be time to bust out the CAN breakout box, right? Let me hit this one more time. Let me go back. System information. Let me do a smart scan one more time since I put that fuse back in. Smart scan. And to see if this powertrain module comes back online. Nope, still dead. So I'm going to go back and get my breakout box out of the van. We'll get the little scope action going. Just so you know, I'm showing you I'm 26 minutes in from the time I got the keys across the street and headed over here. So I'm just going to go pin 4 to 16 or 6, should I say? Expecting about 2 point something volts, 2.9. Just a little bit high, maybe, you don't know, but without using a scope, it's hard to tell. So I might have to go get the scope. This one's 2.7. I expect that to be a little bit lower. Another thing we can do is turn the key off, of course. Let this network go to sleep if it does. And once the voltage goes down on there, we can do the ohm test on this. Now, this thing might stay awake if it's got other problems. That's a fact. So I might just go get the scope on this, but I wanted to do a ohm check of the pins 6 and 14. So you see everything went to sleep, so we're going to put our multimeter to ohms, and we're going to go ahead to 6 to 14, and we should be having 60 ohms, and we have 161 ohms. So there is a open in our CAN bus, for sure, of some sort, or something wrong with it. But we expect to have 120 ohms with a totally open CAN bus, and then we got 154 ohms. That's kind of goofy, right? Something's not right. So it's time to take a look at a diagram on this. And, you know, I got a half an hour more to play before I'm going to go and tell them where I'm at and see what they want to do. All right, guys, I went ahead and got the little hand-tech scope out. Lighting's going to be a challenge here, but if we go to pin 1 of our DLC, you can see this is the GM low speed. We got a nice pattern there. That's cool. If we go to pin 6 of our DLC, let's see, you got some CAN bus activity. I gotta get zoomed in so I can see the voltage and stuff there. But let's see, 1, 2, it's about 2.5, and then we're going up there. Let me go ahead and take our time down a little bit so we can, which way I gotta go with time? There we go. So you see the little trace at the end, that's usually something wrong most times in my experience when you get the slope going down. And let's check our pin 14. Ooh. This should be our CAN low, and it doesn't look good. It almost looks like it might be shorted to our CAN high. I gotta go get another channel on this, and we're gonna see what's really going on. We can compare both signals at the same time. I might get the Pico out. All right, we're firing up the Picoscope here. Wow, it was windy out there. Guys, if you're interested in learning more about the Picoscope, I mean, from the basics to more advanced functions, be sure to check out Hands-On Auto Training, the membership site. We have the core and premium memberships to have in-depth classes there. Also, if you're signed up for the core premium membership, we have different giveaways going on often. The next 2 months, we're going to be giving away 2 more AES Wave U-Scope test lead kits. So be sure to check that out. I have the blue channel is our low speed. And the, let's see, the gold should be our CAN low and green should be CAN high, I think. But we'll make sure about that. And I'm not using my red. So I'm holding the camera, trying to look here, turn this stuff off. And let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit. So let's go ahead and hit the stop button. Take a little slice of time and see what we have here. This is what I'm really interested in seeing here. Get my magnifying glass. I'm trying to hold the camera and use a mouse with the hand I usually don't use. So you guys can see here we have an issue. Our CAN high is good, and our CAN low is just out there trying to talk. Boop, 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 boop. It's trying to talk, but it's not happening. So you can see that really clearly right here. Let's take a gander at this. Guys, that's interesting. So at this point, I want to go ahead and take a look at the network on all data. Right here, I had that up. I started going. I had multiple phone calls and talking to the customer, and I just didn't go any further. So pin 6 and 14, we're going to be, let's see, pin 6. Oops, wrong button, guys. Well, that's okay. We'll make this work. So it looks like our body control module is the first stop for pin 6 and pin 14. So it goes into the BCM, which that guy's down there. Look at easy access for you, right? And then after that goes in and then comes back out here, and it also goes in and comes back out again. Kind of has all kinds of stuff. After the body control module, we're going to go other ways. Let's see, do we have OnStar? Yes, we do have OnStar, so it goes up this way. This thing can go all over the place. So I got to put the camera down so I can do some hunting. All right, so this is the activity we have there right now, and here is our body control module. I'm just about to unplug one of these things. I think it's going to be this blue one. I should probably check more, but if we just unplug this connector, I'm trying to do it one-handed, and ew, this is gross. It is a sticky mess on this car. All right, so as you see there, I unplugged the blue connector, and everything goes offline. So what I'm probably going to do is try jumpering the blue and white from the DLC to the blue and white, whatever these colors are, right from one to the other, and see if we can bypass this body control module. I'm not sure if that will work or not. And my fault for not realizing this was X2. I believe I just disconnected X2, but it goes out of X1, so I'd have to jumper X1 and X2. So instead of doing that, we'll just plug in our X2 that I just disconnected, which you can see that's disconnected. And if I plug this in, I'll get this guy back in here real quick. You can see we have our not good pattern back. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect X1 and see what happens. This car has been worked over real good, man. I tell you what, somebody's really put the screws to it, messed it all up. All right, so when I unplug this one, check out our bus. Guys, this is what a CAN bus looks like when it's trying to talk, but it's really not getting any response, or not home, or whatever you want to call it. This is actually what I would consider to be a good thing, because if we stop this and look, let me go ahead and zoom in on just one little section. You can see we have what appears to be closer to normal CAN activity. We got a little bit more of a spike down than I like to see, but we're probably not 100% sure where the terminating resistors are on this, and when you take those out, you can get different things. I'm still learning to be better at looking at these patterns and telling you what's up, but I can tell you for sure that I want to be checking on this side of the line, and I gotta see if I can locate the terminating resistors. All right, guys, this is the actual GM diagram. So we got our body control module. A DLC goes in, and then also it loops around to the 60 ohm resistors that are in series, two of them. That makes 120 ohms for the terminating resistor on this end of it. You can actually disconnect that by disconnecting, it looks like, connector 6. And then we go from the body control module to the telematics control module. Do we have UE1? I don't know. Gotta look at the RPO code here. And this does have UE1. You guys probably can't see, but it does have UE1. So we go through the telematics control module. I gotta figure out where that one is. And then after the telematics control module, it goes to the chassis control module. And that's X200. Chassis control module. Then it goes to the brake control module, and then all the way up to the power steering control module, over to the glow plug control module, which we don't have because this is a gas. And then we go to the transmission, if it has it. I don't think we have the transmission. I'll have to check that, and then to the engine. So I'm thinking, what's the easiest thing to get to? Either the electronic brake control module, or I'd have to locate this chassis control module. Power steering is going to be hard to reach down there. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we can find out here. Well, looks like the brake control module is going to be underneath here. How about that? They left this all loose for me. Let's go ahead and disconnect this thing and see if our network changes at all. So that's offline. So we'd be disconnecting everything on the back half of that, including the engine control module and all this other stuff, which is okay. Let's just take a look and see how our data looks on our scope. And of course, I got to plug in the body control module connector there, get everything back to good. Let me unzoom this. So there it is, trying to communicate, right? And we'll go ahead and put this connector back in. All right, and let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and bring down my time. Let's see what we really got here. Oh, ooh, it looks nasty, don't it? That's not good. Anytime your capture starts to look like musical notes, it's never good. Let's go back a frame or two. There you go. So stuff's trying to talk, but it's just not going to be happening. And where is our yellow trace? I'm going to separate these two. I'm just going to drag down my yellow trace just a little bit, and looks like almost like they're stuck together, don't it? So something's probably somewhere causing this problem. Let's find that chassis control module. I don't know where it is. I don't know what this guy is. Is this the airbag module? Yeah, it looks like an airbag module down there. I gotta go find some more information. Working on cars this day and age, that's what it is all about. So I'm gonna locate this telematics control module and this chassis control module. And guys, just a quick tip, when you're looking for components, sometimes you don't find them under typing in the name, but if you type in a number like K73, this module number, it does pop up over here on all data. You can see this is on the passenger compartment behind the passenger side of the instrument panel. That's awesome. That didn't really help much, so it's probably behind the glove box or something somewhere. I don't know exactly where we're going to find that. I have to pop that glove box out maybe, or get my head underneath there. This is a tiny car. All right, we got ourselves that telematics modules right here. You can see the programming label on that. Got to get down this panel under here. I was trying to disconnect it, but I'm not having any luck, so I thought I'd look for the chassis control module, and check this out. We got ourselves a nice swimming pool here, you know, just a little bit of water for your convenience. Now this here is the chassis control module on this bad boy, and I'm about to disconnect it and see what happens. I don't think I plugged back in my ABS module, just so you know, but make sure there's no corrosion or anything inside there. It doesn't look bad. I mean, this module doesn't look like it's been wet. There's an awful lot of dust on here. I mean, a lot of dust. Kind of uncommon. Like, was this a flood? Maybe. I mean, definitely has a flood going down there. We got water and pencils floating down there. Okay, sometimes I have trouble getting a good connection on these things, and I'll show you what I do. I take this little cap off, and you can see our high-speed CAN bus. This is, I believe, yeah, 5 and 17. If you want to take a look at this connector, you may be able to see they have a number 1 right in the corner, and then a 13, I think, on the other end. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is terminal 5. This blue one right here is terminal 5, and right next to it's number 6. So 5 and 6 we can ohm out, and then 5, and I forget what the white one is right above it, but you know these two are a pair because you can see they go into the connector together. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to use an ohm meter. I'm going to show you what I found here. I'm going to put you down and talk to you for a second as I get this set up, because it's not a, unfortunately, it's not a one-hand operation. So this is going between 6 and its counterpart, which I can't remember what the number is right now, but I'm hoping you guys can see on the camera. Where to go? We have 121 ohms, so that is right there like that. So that part of the network is good. Now I believe that's going back to the engine control module and everything else. So if I go back up here, all the way back up here, and unplug my ABS again, we'd be taking off the computer off that side of the network. So let's go ahead and try that right quick. So that's unplugged, and I think my battery's cooking here. I better hit the stop button. Stop. I think my battery's cooking. I better get that fixed. We'll put this on the supply mode. Oh, here. Uh-oh. Don't tell me this battery went dead already. I can smell the little bit of sulfur going on. Let's see if we still have... Oh, we're losing voltage fast. This battery is smoked. It's already down below 10 volts and it's been cooking all that time. Let me put this on the 10 amp charge. I think I had it on the 40 amp before. So we'll put it on 10 amps. But anyways, we got our ABS module is unplugged, and we're going to head back here. And it should stop beeping. 11.5, 11.6, getting voltage back into it. But anyways, now that same circuit, if I test it once again, we should have OL, okay? And we do. So let me make sure I'm on there. There's nothing like having a bad connection as you're testing. I'm sure all you guys are familiar with that, but So OL is what we have, so that is the right half. Now going back the other way, we should be reading 120 ohms to the BCM, but we aren't. We're reading like mega ohms, so we either have a problem in this harness or what is in line there. We got the telematics control module, which I was kind of barking up that tree before. Now the body control module, so we unplug this, going 6 and 18, we're good this way. We're not good this way. We gotta go ahead and find out what is the problem here. Oh man, guys, you won't believe it's windy out here, and the wind just blew over my test lead kit that's in this box. This is terrible. Oh no. Oh well. I'm gonna have to put all this back together. It's really windy out today, and I left the lid open, and look what happened. So at X1 of this telecommunications module, which I had to wrestle out of there, that was no fun, guys. I won't lie about that. It was a trip. We have 122 ohms. Back probing this, and that's going back to the body control module, you see? So we're reading this side and reading those 260 ohm resistors in series. That's 120 ohms, so we're good. So if I go ahead and plug in the rest of this vehicle, let me get this module plugged in back here. I had left this undone. Let's get this little cap. This is very important to put this piece in because this kind of helps separate the terminals. If you don't have this piece in, bad things could happen. Not saying they would happen, but they could happen. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in temporarily like this. Latch that down, and then if the rest of the vehicle is intact, we should be able to read 120 ohms back on the other connector, on the other side of this telematics module, which is going to be connector 2, pins 3 and 4. So I don't know if I can make this camera stay in a way that you can see what's happening there. So I'm going to go to pins, what was it, 3 and 4 over here. And you can tell they are the same color wires. Always makes it easier, right? I'll probe this in here. I'll go ahead and get this guy in here. Oh, and I had something, I lost it. Okay, I have 8.6 mega ohms, so what's going on? Let me make sure I'm on the right part. This is connector 2. And guys, how I know this is connector 2 is because you see this one's bigger than this one, and they actually have J1 and J2 marked on the module. So this is definitely 3 and 4 right there. And we're reading mega ohms. Let me go ahead and try this again. Okay, so we're back probing there. We got 16 mega ohms, guys. That's a huge amount of resistance between these two terminals over here. What's going on? So we're on 3 and 4, and we're heading backwards. So 3 and 4, and we gotta find this X200. That might have been an easier thing to find. As we go on the hunt for connector 200, it's this big boy here. It's pretty interesting stuff. I hope you guys can see the green corrosion in the corner. Look at that mess. I don't know actually which terminal that is, if it's even related. I don't know yet. I gotta go looking around. There's all kinds of, I don't even know what this garbage is. I mean, just getting kind of frustrated on this car because every time I turn around, it's a little bit interesting and some mixed results when I'm doing my testing. That always makes it fun. So that is our 87 and 88, the terminals for the CAN bus. So it definitely is corroded. It's kind of hard to see. Well, maybe you can see it there, but those are the corner ones. Those are corroded, so I'm cutting them, making a bypass, and we're going to see what happens. And I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to try and get this adjusted, maybe toss it on the floor. There you go. This may not be perfect. I got this connector jumped. I still don't have any communication. I'm going to back all the way out of this system here. And of course the vehicle battery's going dead. It's starting to smell like sulfur outside because it's a bad battery. It won't take a charge. Yes, I'm really going to quit. And I'm going to hit the auto search. I do have a check engine light. Let's go ahead. Let me go back. Yes, I want to start all over again. I'm going to try and get more charge in this thing here. Definitely the CAN bus is back online. Looks better. Resistance is good. Voltages are okay. I'm happy with the way that looks on the pattern. I just want to see if I can get backed out because for whatever reason this thing is not auto IDing. Let's see if it pulls up this time. because I shouldn't have to put the VIN in. We should talk to the computer, but I don't know what else these people have done here. That's the big problem I have. Here's something making a sound. We're in, guys. We are in. We are communicating. Local diagnostics. We're going to get in there and we should be able to communicate. So we're going to do smart scan. And I'm looking for this ECM to be on network. We're on. We're good. I don't like the way this diagnosis went because I was getting mixed results at different times. And I think it's because of corrosion in the connection. So it really led me on a wild goose chase. But if I fix that clutch switch and get that thing plugged in underneath there, I bet you this thing will probably start and run for the first time in a long time. I did put together our connector back in our chassis control module. That's all back together and that's good. And I'm just at the point where I got to tell them, hey, we got to fix this thing up right. I'd like to see it start and run. If I can get it to start and run, I'll have no problem collecting the money and then charge them at least another hour to put this thing back together. And get a good battery. There's nothing like working on a car when a battery's exploding when you're working on it, right? This clutch position switch, I don't know why somebody did whatever they did here. This is all mangled up. Get that on there and we should be able to crank it up. All right, guys, I got this thing running. We had to jumper that clutch switch, but the major problem, I think, was this corroded connector down here. So we got that CAN bus bypassed. And we're gonna wrap it up for now. We got ourselves a runner. If you're still watching, I truly do appreciate you taking the time to watch. I hope you get something out of this content. Let me know in the comments below. That'd be awesome. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that little notification bell, hit the thumbs up, like button, all that good stuff. Thanks a lot for watching. Brian Mann signing out here. Happy weekend. Have a great Easter. Bye-bye.